I'm Erica. I'm Robert's big sister.
My name's Kevin. I'm Robert's widowed brother, and we sort of thought that, we could speak something, but might be a little bit more if we used my guitar and our singing voices to express our love. So these might come into play, all right?
Here's some fun Robert facts. So Robert was really smart growing up, and this showed up in a number of ways. I mean, he always got really great grades, and he was really good at piano, better than us.
Yeah, he was also a really good athlete growing up. He played soccer, he was an all-star goalie, he was really good at baseball. One of my favorite things is Robert was a really good hitter. I was always kind of jealous of him, and every time he hit the ball, he would puff out, that was a good puff actually. He would puff out his cheeks like he was blowing it up. So I always loved those big cheeks you had, Robert, when you were swinging and mashing baseballs. Robert was also very creative. He was a great artist. We kind of mentioned this last night if you were at the drinks, but he would make the best costumes. My mom mentioned this Jack-in-the-Box head that he made. He made an outhouse costume. You're the most creative man I know, Robert. Great job.
Yeah, he once made a satellite costume, and so it's no surprise that he went on to study mechanical and aerospace engineering at Cornell. And now he is an engineer at Northrop Grumman building satellites. Or I think that's what he does. None of us really know.
No one knows. What we do know is that Robert's got a freaking great set of hair. Look at those locks, baby. Robert used to rock this crazy big afro. He keeps it pretty short now, but he would let it grow. The longest he let it grow was 18 months, and he picked it out, and some of you have seen that picture. It was incredible. We are going to try to honor that afro right now by singing a short song about Robert. This song is called Robert Was Smart. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Robert was smart and his costumes were art. He jammed on piano like his name was Mozart. Robert was smart and he went to Cornell. He hit baseball so hard that his cheeks would swell. Robert was smart and he had big hair, an afro with big old brains under there. Robert was smart and he still kinda is, mostly because he asked Brooke to be his.
Here's some more fun Robert facts. Robert always loved animals as a kid, as you guys have heard, and he wasn't one to just get a dog or a cat. No, for him, his first pet was a frog named Spot, and he had her for many years.
Yeah, Robert also collected a lot of really random things growing up. You'd have to ask him about it. The two things that come to mind, Pez dispensers. So I think he still has a big collection. I could be wrong. Also sugar packets. He would collect sugar packets from random restaurants. So if you ever want to get Robert a gift, just make sure it has something to do with sugar and he'll be a happy boy, all right?
Yeah, and his music taste is as niche as his collections. Robert has been into heavy metal since high school, and to this day, if he's the one driving, you know that's what you're going to be listening to. You're going to be subjected to some Rammstein or Metallica.
Yeah. And speaking of driving, when we were all old enough to drive, all right, so Wiener Schnitzel, the famous restaurant that serves hot dogs, right? They were giving away a free chili dog at every location for one of their anniversaries, okay? Robert decided we should go to every location that we could and get one of those free chili dogs. So this was when the internet was just on computers. We didn't have things in our pockets that had the internet, so he MapQuested and printed out all the locations. He mapped out every Wiener Schnitzel within a 25-mile radius, and we hit every single one of them.
And those chili dogs hit back. Yeah, sorry. Another thing was that Robert, he took his board gaming very seriously. So Brooke and Robert, they both love board games. But as a kid, there was no beating Robert at Monopoly. He would utilize every strategy to bankrupt us. We'd be ready to call it quits, and he's like, no, we're playing until he gets it, he wins. Risk, world domination.
Yeah, I think it was mentioned last night, he always wins every game. He was also a really good video gamer. The one that I remember from growing up most is GoldenEye 007, Nintendo 64. Yeah, so it's like a shooter game and you shoot each other. He would whoop us all the cousins know, we've been whooped by Robert. He would be this little character named Odd Job, this little guy with a hat who was really hard to hit. He was like really good at that. And I thought, what a fitting name, because Robert is our favorite little odd job here. So I'm gonna sing another song about Robert. Eric is gonna help me out. Oh boy. I'm gonna try to sing this as his favorite genre of music, heavy metal, with an acoustic guitar. So let's see how this goes. This song is called One of a Kind. Here we go. One of a kind, one of a kind. Please keep in mind, Robert's one of a kind. One of a kind, one of a kind. Out of his mind, Robert's one of a kind. One of a kind, unique with a frog. Driving around town, eating up chili dogs. Megadeth, Slayer, Anthrax, and more. Buying up all the Monopoly board. Robert was different, but in the best way. Whooping us all at those video games. Packets and packets of sugar collected, but Brooke is the sweetest thing he selected. One of a kind, one of a kind. Please keep in mind, Robert's one of a kind. One of a kind, one of a kind. Then Robert found Brooke, now it's two of a kind. Okay, that is definitely enough about Robert. Let's talk about Brooke. Brooke, oh, we love you so much. I gotta say, this is not on my script here, but your little toast right here and mentioning us, that warmed my heart, tears in my eyes. So you've been such a joy to have in this family. She earned points with us right away because she was a Dodger fan. In fact, one of the early memories I have with you, Brooke, is going to a Dodger game with you. So go Dodgers. They beat the Yankees yesterday. I don't know the score now, but let's just assume they're winning, okay?
And if there's one thing we all know about Brooke, it's that she's extremely welcoming. She's incredibly loyal and caring with all of her relationships. And it's no doubt that these skills came in handy while working her way up to becoming a boss lady president of an international company.
Yeah, very proud of you for that. What an accomplishment. And we know that her skills don't just translate to humans. Animals have been mentioned many, many times here. You can see them on your tables. We know that Robert and Brooke are both animal lovers. I love that your family calls the collective group of animals the Annies. I think that's so cute. That is one of my favorite things. Oh, and yeah, this is great. This was mentioned briefly last night. I don't know if everybody knows this, but once a year, Brooke becomes an Annie herself. She dresses as the Easter Bunny at various family gatherings. And I think that's so, she might actually be the Easter Bunny. I'm not 100% sure, but that is such a sweet thing and a great example of how much heart you have.
One of my fun memories with Brooke was driving around Palos Verdes the night before a large trash pickup. And this is the night where us folk from down the hill drive up and look through all the unwanted treasures that are left on the curb. And it was sweet because I saw Brooke and Robert, they found this pair of antique wooden skis. And it was just cute watching them like, yeah, we should get these. And this is where we can hang them in the future, and just like planning their future together. And I really liked that. And, you know, I'm sure that they didn't really use those skis when they went to Austria to hit the slopes, but they sure did get engaged there.
Yeah, we love how seamlessly Brooke has fit into our family. She's beloved by everyone: aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, nephews, nieces. All of them. I don't think we have any nieces, but yeah, we just love how seamlessly you fit in. So we are going to sing a song to this boss lady president right here. It's called Boss Lady President. Here we go. Boss Lady President, Boss Lady President, travels around the world. She's a Boss Lady President.
Checking out all nooks and crannies,
Taking care of all the Annies.
Dodger games and family time.
Skiing in the winter time.
Fits into our family well.
Loving others, she excels. And I know that this might sound funny, but Brooke's the real Easter Bunny. Boss Lady President, Boss Lady President, and the #1 resident inside her heart is our dear brother Rob. That's you. That's you. All right, we're just about ready to wrap up.
Yeah, and now here's why these two work so well together. As you've seen, when they come up to a costume party, they knock it out of the park every single time.
Yeah, I am so glad that somebody last night mentioned the Ace Ventura costume, because that was the best one. If you're not familiar with what they did, Robert dresses Ace Ventura, Brooke dresses a rhinoceros, and if you're not familiar with what happens in the movie, Ace Ventura gets stuck in the mechanical rhino, he can't get out of it, and there's only one way to get out, and I will leave it to your imagination how he escaped. I won't actually, he got out through the butt. Ace Ventura came out through the rhino's butt.
And the humor and fun is part of what makes them both amazing uncles. And yeah, you heard that right. I called them both uncles. This is because one time my son Calvin accidentally referred to them as Uncle Brooke and Uncle Robert, and from then on it's just stuck, and that's what she's known as ever since.
It is crazy how family-oriented these two are, because they're both middle children and were basically ignored their whole lives, and they turned out to be so loving. So mad props to both of you middle children.
But in all seriousness, it's so great that these middle children found each other and that they both have such great relationships with their siblings, because it's like Kevin and I are not just gaining Brooke as a sister, but we're gaining Paige and Lauren as sisters as well.
Two middle children found each other in this world, and now they're building a life where they win every costume contest by reenacting Ace Ventura content. Uncle Robert, Uncle Brooke, middle children screaming look, but they never get a mention. Paige and Kev get the attention, so then Robert says, you know what, I'll pop out of a rhino's butt, and now finally they get that sweet attention. We are so happy that these two found each other. So this toast goes out not just to our brother, but to our brand new sister Brooke, and to everyone it took to bring these very lovely people here together. So let's let this couple hear it. You can sip champagne or beer it, but on the count of three, let's shout out cheers together. Ready? On the count of three, let's hear cheers. 1, 2, 3. Cheers! Cheers to you, Robert and Brooke. We love you. Congratulations.
How great was that? Wow. It wasn't funny.